What is going on? Ladies and gentlemen, slines and dines, and my hip-hop crimies and crimettes, welcome back to the couch. We are here with another reaction. This one's way different from what I normally do. I never really cover them. I haven't watched them in years in a while, but since this Diddy stuff is really popping right now, and they're very close to Diddy in regards to whether it's business or the company and Revolt, I think, and etc., I need to hear what they have to say, because you have to walk a fine line because you kind of under the company. Even though I feel like he might have stepped down and all this shit, but they're reporting on the very conveniently released Kim Porter tell-all book. I have no idea who published it. I had no idea that this was even dropping. Now, from what I seen on my internet digging in rabbit hole stuff, was that there was a book out there, I guess, or she had something coming or whatever. And I believe, once again, internet lore things, when when the Simmons wife, because I always mix the names up, but when Simmons' wife, Kimora, who was friends with Porter, I guess, was saying that there was a book and all this other sketchy shit. But once again, that's internet lore talk. We're not going to get too far into that, because I like to at least speak on the credibility and the credible stuff and the facts. But this book, I guess, came out conveniently when Diddy goes to jail, which, once again, I'm like, who knows if this is really true or not, because maybe they didn't want to wait, but I'm going to go with, like, that's not a real book. I'm going to stay on that. I'm going to stand on that right now. But once again, there was speculation of a book actually being out there. And I hope that they mention that in this, but if they don't, I feel like we on some funny shit.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ
Lobster tail with
Just
wild
hilarious.
mushroom
Charlamagne the
pasta.
God. We are the
All
Breakfast
right?
Club.
That's what I had at Moreau Steak
Nobody asked
in
you.
New Orleans.
You just talking.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just keep thinking about
My man,
all the
the
great
beige
food
and
that I
Leonard.
had in New Orleans, and it's just coming back to me. Okay, red fish.
Can somebody get Unc some water?
With the red beans and rice and the yams. Lord have mercy.
All right, let's get to Jess with the mess
Lord
with
have
Lauren
mercy.
LaRosa.
Alrighty, so there is a book right now. The book is called Kim's Lost
Who put
Words, A
this
Journey
book
for
out?
Justice from the Other Side. We talked about this briefly on Friday about this book being released. This is allegedly a book that was co-written by Kim Porter, the ex of Diddy, who passed away. Now, there's been some controversy all weekend. Let's just say, number one, the book is number one currently on Amazon's bestsellers list in the category of Western U.S. biography. So it's
The
selling.
book is out?
Yes, it's out on Amazon. Yep, it's out.
Jesus.
And it's selling very well. It's listed. I'm literally looking right now. It's still number one on Amazon's bestseller list in the Western U.S. biographies category. But there has been some issues because people are really trying to figure out if this book is real. Online, the conversation is, number one, the design of the book. People feel like if Kim Porter were to have put out a book, it wouldn't look the way that this book looks.
How does it look?
It's just a little flimsy. Looks very homemade.
Okay.
But I reached out.
I feel like they've shot this book down as being fake so many times.
They have, but I think because of the fact that it's online and available for sale, people are actually purchasing it, and they're posting quotes and excerpts from the book. That
Yeah, I just read
crazy.
some.
What
Crazy.
did you read?
I'll let you go.
Okay. So
I ain't about to
I
read that,
reached out to a
because I
source
need
because
confirmation.
again, I'm like, how did they even put this up if you guys have been saying for a while that this is not a real thing? But the source that I reached out to told me that this is not true. Like, this book is not a thing from Kim Porter. That anybody claiming that it is just pushing falsehoods. They talked about the fact that it's disheartening because she has loved ones that are still left here, and it's negatively reflecting them and misrepresenting her legacy and causing distress to those loved ones. My source also told me that the creator of the book, Chris Todd, had no connection to Kim Porter or her family, and notes that he was unable to provide Todd verifiable evidence to support his claims regarding the existence of the manuscript. So for background, we talked about this on Friday. Todd claimed that he had met up with one of Kim Porter's friends on, like, after she passed away, and they gave him a flash drive. The flash drive is of diary entries. He turned this into a book. They're stating that this is not true.
So, alright, shit's weird then, because but once again, this goes back to the internet lore shit, and I feel like this is a Jaguar Wright push too. You know what I'm saying? And we can give or take with how credible some of her stuff is. Now, I think a lot of people are unfamiliar with who Jaguar Wright actually is. Like, she was really involved in the industry. She was a great singer. Like, she was a part of a group. Like, she was around. So she definitely does know some shit. But I think because she's gone so everywhere. Because I'm like, even me listening, I'm like, how do you know everything about everybody? Like, that's just my one thing. I can't put my mind around that part. But this is something that I've heard. I've heard this. And whether it's true or not, it's quite funny now that and it's the flash drive part for me, because I've heard this flash drive get mentioned a lot through the internet lore, people that are connected to people in the Jaguar rights, because at least she's been clearly saying it. But that's interesting. That all I'm saying is that's interesting. I'm not buying it. I'm not saying it's true or false, but that is rather interesting that we're trying to. Yeah, this is weird. This is weird, dog.
And again, Kim Porter's best friend Ebony said months ago, she had a whole long Instagram post saying that Kim Porter never wrote a book, a memoir, a manuscript. She wants people to, pay attention to the fact that allegedly means when something is said to be true but not be proved, because people were saying allegedly.
How do you sell a book that say that they say is from somebody if it's not proven?
I have no idea.
I don't feel like the book was sold. I feel like if the story
how does
that
Amazon
Lauren
work,
just said,
though,
somebody
now?
gave somebody a hard drive, right?
Yeah.
Don't sound like it was sold.
Well,
No,
he's asking
selling
how are
on
you able
Amazon.
to put that on
put it in.
Amazon and then
Oh,
sell it.
right.
It's just selling it to people. People are buying is number one.
And
What's in the book?
So in the
Shit.
book, they
Here's some excerpts.
yeah.
Alright, well, clearly I'm dealing with ads again. It's one of two. We'll skip that. But
okay, so in the book, I know they talk about Kim Porter is accusing Diddy of physical abuse, allegedly. And she's saying that, like, there was one time where she tried to use a dildo.
that's crazy. I just paused on that part because I know exactly where that's about to go. But this isn't far from the rumors and stuff that we've heard for quite some time. And then once again, either these bodyguards that have been around been lying, and I think Cam and Mace had brought up the sex toy. I don't know if I can say that on here, but Cam and Mace brought up the sex toy shit when Cam went to his crib, and this ain't even speculation. Like, came from there. This is verbatim. You know what I'm saying? And like, he went into the crib and seen one of them things in the bathroom. And he specifically was like, yo, murder, like, what's that right there? And, Mace like, that's Diddy shit right there. I don't know, man. So these things, I don't know now. Now I really don't know. Now niggas is covering shit up. I don't know.
That because he asked for that, and because she said no, that was the first time that he hit her. This is all allegedly, according to this book. She also talks about a time where he allegedly hit her with a chair. There's stuff in here where she talks about him sleeping with an underage boy in the music industry.
How can somebody just put something like this out and people just
eat it up,
publish it and run with it?
That's what I'm saying.
Tell these stories like they're just.
I don't know, and
There's nothing proven.
I asked my source, who is a source in the know, very valuable source with this. If there is going to be any legal action taken, because normally with something like this, you see a cease and desist or something to stop the sale of the book, and I've gotten no response on that. So I don't know how this is happening. I don't know what's about to happen, but the claims in the book are wild, and people are posting them all over online,
it's
crazy. So it's making more people want to buy the book to read it, especially with all of the freak off stuff happening. People believe in anything.
It seems like it's a lot of the same stuff that's circling Puff now, like abuse, butt play.
Yeah.
Begging for pegging and all that, yeah.
Begging for pegging.
Begging for pegging is crazy.
Wow.
Who said that? Somebody said begging for pegging.
Well, let me tell you, the people all weekend have been.
Listen, pleading to be pegged is insanity. Okay? All right? Wow. Begging to get raw dogged in the fart box is nuts.
That's why I haven't been on here in a while.
I don't know what it did to you, but
Say
it's a
shit
bit more
like
funnier
this.
today.
Begging for a pegging is insanity. Why are these things happening on a Monday morning? I don't want to hear about
I don't know, but people all weekend have been trying to distance themselves from the Diddy situation.
Go ahead. Sorry, Lauren.
Begging for a pegging. God.
Not that's gonna be the sequel
But
to the book.
that's what they said. That was allegedly the first time she ever was hit when she said that he was begging for a pegging.
We
she
should have
said
just
no.
kept it at vote or die, man. Damn.
We
Peg or die
a
is
long
crazy.
way from vote or die. Well, over the weekend, like I said, people have been coming out, trying to distance themselves from all of this stuff. I know Ray J spoke to an outlet and they were asking him like, why haven't people said something about all of this stuff before? Let's take a listen.
What did you make of what you heard, and what did you ever see for yourself that gave you an opinion about what he was about?
Well, for myself, and I think a lot of other people in this industry, I mean, it's all a shock because, we've never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff that people are finding out. Like, I've never been in rooms that people are talking about, and I never knew they existed. And a lot of people in the industry can agree with me on that sense. Like, you all wanted to go and have a good time at a Diddy party, and you wanted to be inspired, you wanted to go out and have a good time, and then you wanted to go the next day to work. To see where we are now, I just think everybody is still trying to digest it.
All you was begging for a pagan, and what you digested was not edible.
Oh, God.
But you swallowed it anyway.
Oh. Well, that's just the beginning part. Dame Dash also spoke out because you know that there's this photo going viral of Dame Dash, Aaliyah, Jay-Z, a bunch of different people laid out on the bed, and then they're like partying.
You know what's sad about the Aaliyah? We can't even speak on the Aaliyah thing, sadly, but there's been too much story about the Aaliyah things, and just that's gonna be wild. Once again, speculation, in my opinion. We're not pushing any agendas here, but that Aaliyah thing, we've heard a lot of those Aaliyah stories about certain shit, and that's fucking crazy.
And it's all there. It was a 4th of July party. So let's take a listen to Dame Dash. He came out to clear his name too.
Eyewear is
I'm
the
glad this is
ultimate
added up
accessory
right now
of the
for a
season.
second.
Shop my
But I ain't buying Dame
styles at
shit, dog, because Dame was around a lot of wild shit. Like, yo, you was right there next to Jay, so you mean to tell me you just went home? Because he was one of the first people to try to start distancing himself early, like back when the R. Kelly shit was happening. So I see what Dame's been trying to do for quite some time. We not saying that he's lying at all, but I'm just saying I see he's been the first of the ones to be like, nah, fuck all that. I have nothing to do with that. No. But here's the thing though. The Aaliyah shit. They all was with Aaliyah. They all was messing or dating with Aaliyah. So that's why I find shit real weird. Because once again, Dame, Jay, Kels, shit. I don't even really know if Puffy was dating, but I'm pretty sure they all dated or talked. And Dame's been on record talking about I liked her first, or they was competing for it. So once again, industry shit's weird. We're not stating this as fact from my side. I'm just going from my speculation from the outside looking in and just how it's just looking. And I'm just applying it to how shit would work in the regular world. And I'm like, niggas operate like this shit every day, dog. It's just that these dudes got the money. That's just my honest opinion on it. Like, these dudes just got the money, but they operate the same way as far as like how that female shit go. Like, dudes are still dudes at the core when it comes to that.
That's the day I met that me and Aaliyah, we hung out there and then we left. And that's what happened. That was 20 years ago. That was not in LA or Miami. But I know they're gonna play games with them pictures. It's all good. I don't really care. My thoughts on Diddy is sad, period. It's just sad. And I never judge a man for any preference and all that, and they keep it to themselves. I ain't got nothing to do with none of that. I don't know anything about any of those things. From 2005 on, I wasn't around. And that was the reason why I wasn't around. So what's good is I don't know anything. I just know I wasn't there. And whatever happened is it's a mystery to me, like it was a mystery to everybody else. But I know that my instincts told me to get the out of certain environments. I'm not gonna say necessarily that one, but things that were along those lines.
You know, another thing people need to remember that was in the indictment.
What?
Is that it says Diddy allegedly was recording people,
right,
without them knowing.
Right.
Correct.
So I'm just saying, a lot of people are
in denial and shit, but you might be on cameras. Yeah.
It might be.
Thank
I
you.
already got the video.
It might be videotaped.
Listen, this
Okay.
is what I've been trying to scream the whole time. Like, yo, the tapes is there. So the people that is out there trying to really just jump out so fast, he said it right there too. He said it without saying it. He said it differently than how I said it.
I think that's why people going so hard because they're a little nervous. Maybe, I don't know, but I mean,
Nobody
anything you do
knows.
right now, though, they tied to Diddy. Like Usher's Twitter was hacked. All his tweets were like just gone for a couple minutes.
Yep.
And people were like, "Oh my God, Usher's trying to scrub his Twitter because he's friends with Diddy and he'd been at the parties." And Usher was like, "Yo, I just was hacked. Relax." Like all his tweets came back. So in conclusion, I think if I were people, I would just be quiet and just
Yo, that's what the fuck I
but
just,
people, I don't know.
just be saying.
All right. Well,
You might be on video begging for a pagan.
all right.
We don't know. Okay.
All right. That
Boy.
was just with the best.
That's that on that, man. You know, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the video. That was their thoughts, similar to kind of what I've been saying. I just sit on the couch and talk about it while they sit at the radio stations and, you know, be all around the famous people, all up in the videos, chatting, laughing, not playing. But yeah, man, I mean, this is just kind of, I don't know old girl's name. I'm sorry. I keep hearing Jess with the Mess, and I know that's not Jess with the Mess, but I have no idea who she is. I'm sorry. If people do know who she is, tell me in the comments, because I like to be corrected and I like to be knowledgeable about who I'm reacting to, especially if I'm going to do it again. But yeah, people really do need to be quiet, man. And I didn't even think about the secretly recording part. I was just thinking like shit was just being recorded. I forgot about that. And like Charlotte said, my man Leonard, yo, y'all is quick to be out here distancing yourselves and saying y'all didn't do this and y'all didn't do that. Like, listen, just because the freak off was mentioned, and it's funny how they name these dates and stuff, but we have shit dating back from the 90s. So that's why I'm like, oh, so we being funny with the time frames and stuff as well. Oh yeah, I wasn't around. Not this has nothing to do with the Dame thing, but I just have been paying attention that people have been mentioning time frames and time stamping and everything, and it's like, oh, all right, but what about these other times in the 90s? Because you know, it seems like y'all are just talking about 2000 stuff, which whatever. All of this is speculation. Nobody knows what's going on behind closed doors except for these people. But anything that's done in the dark will come to light. And all these people, and I hope to God that none of these people pop up on anything, because I'm telling you right now, motherfuckers is out there. A lot of these people is lying. We clearly seen it with Diddy lying. Like, as Diddy tries so hard to act like nothing happened, and to the point where Feds was just like, boom, here's that video. Watch this. Then he came back on there lying again. Well, he tried to lie. It was just that point where just like, yo, you really lied. So let's just remember, like, we can't just be trusting what these dudes are just jumping out to say just because they just want to distance themselves and it sounds good. Like, we have to really pay attention to, like, well, hold up, you was really around an awful lot to act like you didn't know. Because that's the thing too. I think the whole I didn't know thing is bothering me, because I'm like, you knew something, because there's no way you're around these people, video shoots, tours. There's too many things. Parties, let alone fuck the parties. Like, you're just around too much to not know that. And like, all y'all flock together. They all share the same girls. They're around the same circles and stuff like that. So I'm not. Once again, I'm gonna state on this channel here, I'm not buying that these people is innocent completely. Some might have been enablers. Some might have been the attorney of the cheek. A lot of things were wrong with this whole situation, and it's going to be talked about as this starts to unfold. Obviously, I think we're not even a week removed. We're not even 2 weeks into this right now. We're literally a week into like 30 years of stuff that's about to come to light. So this is just early on conversation. I know I keep rambling on because this is something that it's shocking to me, man. I'm not even going to lie. This is something that I did not expect. Well, won't say didn't expect, because once I seen what was happening in Hollywood, the Me Too movement, it was only a matter of time before hip-hop was going to have its moment as well, too. It was just a matter of time. I mean, think about it. We've seen all the tell-all books from the Superheads or Karen Steffens, and she's actually said, ooh, she's brought up mad weird shit in her, crazy shit in her book, too. So, who knows, man. But back to that point, too, as well as, like, the book being fake or being in question, if y'all go do y'all, internet rabbit hole research or digging, the things that she's mentioned as far as like the flash drive and just certain little details that I'm like, nah, that, and they're revolt where like they might be doing some background scrubbing on the low, because once again, this is bigger than Diddy, B. This is bigger than Diddy. So this book really this book might be something. Now that I heard this and seeing that the ties to this, and this is just once again my speculation on, again, I will emphasize this is an opinion piece. This book might have been real. This book really might have been real, and they're just trying to do it because this is coming from the main. This is even bigger. Kim Porter bigger than Cassie, fam. So who knows really what they're trying to do on the background? And once again, the media works for certain people as well too. So whatever might be in that book, whether it's true or not, they don't want that to get out there, because once again, if you can't, they said, I think they mentioned the cease and desist, and they're trying to do all this legal work. If you can't do that because that book's legit, then what? Then what? Interesting take on that. Interesting, very interesting things are about to happen. This story keeps getting more interesting every single time because, once again, Diddy got a lot of power, Diddy got a lot of money, and just because he's behind bars right now doesn't mean that there's still other people that have enabled him that aren't working behind the scenes to try to like brush any little thing that may seem true and turn it into a false tale as well. So on that note, man, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm out of here. This is the last of the Diddy for now. Peace.